I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays. I love the costumes, decorations, haunted houses and hay rides, picking pumpkins to carve into jack-o'-lanterns, and hey, I may be a little too old for trick-or-treating these days, but I still have fond memories of going house to house with friends, filling up old pillowcases with free candy. Oh, how I love Halloween. Of course, it's changed a whole lot over the years. I'm sure most of us are all familiar with the origins of the holiday. But for those who aren't, based on the old Gaelic festival Samhain, it was originally a celebration marked for the coming of the winter season. People would light bonfires, make sacrifices to Celtic deities, and took part in guising, where people would dress in costumes and go from house to house, singing songs or reciting poetry in exchange for food and drink. Thus the origins of trick-or-treating. But although its popularity has spread around the world, Halloween is traditionally only celebrated in the United States and Canada, as well as in Ireland and Scotland, where the holiday originated. So I began to wonder, what festivities do other cultures take part in? So I did some research, and this is what I found. And I think it's pretty interesting. Let's begin with England. Now, while some English do celebrate Halloween, it isn't a very prominent holiday. No, instead, they celebrate Guy Fawkes Night, a holiday which commemorates the discovery of the Gunpowder Plot. What is the Gunpowder Plot, you ask? Well, on November the 5th, 1605, an assassination attempt on King James I, along with the entirety of the House of Lords, failed when barrels of gunpowder were discovered in the cellars underneath Parliament. Now, conspirators had planned to blow up the building, but were exposed when an anonymous letter was sent to Baron Montegal, warning him to avoid Parliament, and resulted in an investigation of the building itself. Fawkes was a member of the Gunpowder Plot who was assigned the task of protecting the explosives before he was subsequently arrested. Since then, people have commemorated the day King James avoided death by lighting bonfires and burning small effigies of Guy Fawkes, along with lighting of fireworks. Now, admittedly, Guy Fawkes Night shares almost nothing in common with Halloween. I mean, it's not even celebrated in October. Neither is this next holiday, but at least it has a few similarities with Samhain. For those of you who live in or near Latin America, I'm sure you could explain the celebration of Dias de los Muertos much better than I could. Translated into meaning Day of the Dead, the holiday is a combination of Aztec and Catholic traditions that occurred after Spain colonized Latin America. In remembrance of the deceased, families gather in cemeteries or construct small shrines in their homes, leaving offerings of food, drink, flowers, and the iconic sugar skulls as a welcoming gesture to the spirits of loved ones. Other traditions and activities that take place during the celebration tend to vary across different regions, but most tend to share similar iconography, bright colors and skeletons being the most common. In fact, one of the more familiar and quite famous icons of the holiday happens to be a skeleton known as La Cavera Catrina. Originally an etching of a female skeleton in a dapper hat, the artwork was created by Jose Posada, who created the image as a symbol of people who abandoned their cultural heritage in favor of more European customs. Nowadays, La Catrina has become more of a symbol of the celebration and serves as a reminder that in the eyes of death, everyone is equal, no matter who they were in life. But celebrations in memory of the deceased aren't limited to the Americas. Over in China, they have a similar holiday. Yulanji, or the Hungry Ghost Festival, is a Taoist and Buddhist festival that is celebrated in August rather than October or November, like previous celebrations we've discussed. The origins of the holiday come from the Ulambana Sutra, which recounts the tale of a Buddhist monk who learns that his mother's spirit has been reincarnated as a preta, or hungry ghost, hence the name of the festival. Now, pretas are human spirits with emaciated bodies and distended stomachs, who are forced to suffer from hunger and thirst as they are unable to satisfy their appetites. Seeking a way to ease his mother's suffering, the monk sought wisdom from the Buddha. He was told to place food upon a clean plate, recite a mantra to bless the food 7 times, then call out his deceased family and present his mother with the food so that her hunger may be relieved. Thus, during the festival, people will pay respects to the spirits of their ancestors by leaving them offerings of food and drink, while also taking part in live performances such as opera, as as it is believed that spirits enjoy the sound of music and celebration. When the festival ends, lotus-shaped lanterns are placed in paper boats and left to float downstream, leading the spirits back into the afterlife. These are only a few holidays that are celebrated around the world, each with their own unique traditions and history. It was interesting to learn about the customs of other cultures. I had quite a bit of fun making this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching.